morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night to everyone, no matter where parts of the world you are in today. I am simulcasting from Benin, and my stay focused. Whatever you resolve to do it quickly. Defer not until the evening what the morning may accomplish. I thank Osalobua. A friend of mine that is rusty on getting a solar business in New Jersey wants me to participate in the exercise. Since I have just landed Nigeria, I wanted to use what you call, my plan as a technologist was to say I wanted to do what you call the mini grid. And when you are talking about mini grid, you're talking about solar in the sense that if somebody has a mini grid in a village environment, then that is almost like the video that I released yesterday, which says that we need a scientist who has a degree in computer science. I have a degree in computer science, and I have a degree in agriculture, and I also have an associate degree in computerized accounting, and I also have an associate degree in general agriculture from School of Agriculture from University of Ife. So, but I'm not supposed to even go to primary school. I'm supposed to be at ground zero where I didn't even go to primary or go to secondary because of my attention span. But I was able to, I find out that after losing my father, I got to be able to get that thing going. So today, the episode is going to be what I said yesterday, which was I was going to hire a scientist, a computer scientist. I'll provide everything for them. Today, I'm looking for a solar scientist. You don't have to have a degree. But all you had to do was, you may have done installation before, somewhere down the road. You may have done installation, you may have, I need you. I need you. That's all I say. So, hey everyone, are you a solar expert in Nigeria? I want you on board our freight train. If you work in the solution project, planning or policy, we need your know-how. I think this summarizes it because when I'm in the church, somebody who is in charge of what they call them this year harvest will give a nugget. The nugget that the person will give will support the actual story, and that nugget is what keeps people focused. The nugget I have today is that I'm thinking that solar is going to be anything that will take us from 6 feet under, because we are fortunate to have a borehole, which is God's resources of water, but we are used in a bigger drill expensive. It's almost as expensive as a car. So who has that kind of money? So, and behind my house here, there's a school here that they don't use generation. They just have what you call a solar panel that pumps out water 24 hours a day, to the point where when I'm sleeping, I hear drip, 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 drip. Which is, there's a solar that continues to pump water that never stops. So there is the flow of when you get to the brain will drop. So that's what I'm seeing. That's very important. And the reason I'm bringing that up is because we don't have the money to be able to buy a generator. And if we are recommending a solar installation for villages or for streets or for community, we need to have a solar that will be able to pilot the borehole. So all what you need is a drill. Just drill the borehole. I'm very glad that they are in the north right now. They are becoming very so happy that they are saying that the father was send his little kids to go and get water from a big borehole. At the beginning of after the election, that was one of the things he came up with. He analyzed how much the federal government was using the drilling the borehole and cut it into 10 times what they're supposed to. A contract, 99.9% of federal government money goes through contract. But he did it on his own, and he cut the cost down to almost like zero. It's not hard. You just drill. You have a drilling machine, and that you drill and then drill, baby, drill. So today's episode is really about piggybacking on the scientists, which is going to be the caps for this business. The cap, you're wearing what you call the cowboy hat, that 10-gallon hat that you wear, that hat, that cap. It's the cap, that 10-gallon hat. That is what is going to carry this project. It's the technology that is going to drive it. And that's the reason why I came up with the scientists yesterday. So we're going to hire them in large quantity. They're going to be developers and everything. I have housing, I have food and everything for them. So if you have worked in the installation project, planning your policy, we need you on board. Whether you've installed panel, it doesn't matter. We need you on board. But the bottom line is that computer science plus solar is smart energy. Computer science plus solar is smart energy. And if you are abroad and you're already doing this work, you're already doing solar, but that's what I told the person who is going to finance this project, my best friend, to find Nigerians who are abroad that are already doing the work. He was in Louisiana, later moved to Mesa in Arizona, but he has not been able to find people who they would say, but they would drift. They would say they want to do it, but they would drift away. So he is now asking me, who has just dropped into the Nigerian airspace, to help to see whether we can put together. So the money is there. We don't have a problem with the money because the guy has a lot of properties in Nigeria. The guy is on a billionaire family, but the grandmother was an industrialist. That's how much gravitas he had. But at the same time, when the grandmother's business collapsed, everything went on board. Before it collapsed, the grandmother already sent him and his girlfriend abroad and stuff like that. I felt rejected, by the way, when he left. So yesterday I did at University of Benedict. Today I'm now doing a wider range of what you call solar industry, which is going to be my first point in. My idea was to have a grill, what you call a grid. I was going to write what you call a software grid, like the one that collapsed on Puerto Rico. I have a friend of mine who would be able to bring on board who has a technology company in Dallas. But he's rusty because out of nowhere, when I was with him, if it was going to be the fact that things was going to work out, it was going to work out when I was with him, because I was giving him all the nugget and he was keep telling me, you have all this good idea. But we went to school together, and he then went to start working in the industry. So he's what you call a infrastructural designer, like nuclear company. He will go in and help them to write software for their nuclear waste, like how to get it on nuclear. So he's very strong, but at the same time, he has his own company that he's not able to get on the ground. So I can bring him in, but I need to build a ground zero from Nigeria up so that we can start bringing him into the fray. He's ready to come and start teaching computer science, computer programming in Nigeria. And I told him, no, you're not coming here because we have to set up the classroom. As a matter of fact, I told him, I said, Nedler, which is the guy that I talked about yesterday that had a computer programming company that he wanted to bring into Nigeria after he had studied in Canada. The Nigerians didn't want to do their programming. They wanted to do what you call turnkey. And their turnkey was going to be how to eat now. And he ended up having what you call an outsourced company that charges almost like 16,000 general fees for a month. So that's the kind of money we have on the table here. But we're going to need to be what you call an international syndicating company. I'm going to first start by saying in the Q&A, which is question and answer section, there are questions that I would love to ask. Like, for example, what are the frequent questions and answer in this environment? So the question and answer section that I'm putting together is pretty much what they call do I need a formal degree? No, you don't. Not necessarily, you don't. But the first guy that I was advertising on yesterday needs a degree because he has to be able to write the program. Whether it's in Microsoft, or in the Google development environment or IBM development environment, he has to be able to write all those software that even if he can write them, but he has to be able to debug them so that he will be able to stand the test of time. Is it a paid program? Yes. You are going to be paid from the very beginning. Compensation is going to be very, very competitive. I'm going to close this one up by saying that call me at 234-70 3362 7981 234-70 3362 7981 or send me a text message at Azimi Koko. Omi oko, eriwa, wọ́n para wa eri oko. Ìwé bàdé ragbọ̀nà yóò mẹ́rọ̀ ragbọ̀nà yóò yóò anareba gbẹ̀ bó wọ̀ yíya ní ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀kẹ̀. That's what I have for today, and I want to thank you for your support. And that should put us into about a little above 10 minutes. That's what I need. Thank you.